Yo, what's good everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today we got some goo, we got some fire kings, yes sir. Just a couple days ago I did post another Fire King video that includes the Simple Spoil engine, but honestly that video didn't do as well as I expected. But honestly, I did promise you guys that I would come back with a different deck, a different version of the deck. That, first of all, good news to all the broke / budget players out there, this doesn't include the Simple Spoils engine over here, and I still think that the deck is actually pretty competent and actually can fight against the meta. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the deck profile. Alright, yo, but first of all, before we get straight into this, bro, shout outs to my girlfriend. Yo, custom sleeves with my YouTube logo is actually insane for sure. I love this a lot, and I appreciate her a lot if you're watching this. Alright, so now getting straight into the Fire King monsters, we're playing triple copies of the little chicken nugget right over here. On normal special, this card allows you to search your deck for any sort of Fire King spell or trap card, and if a fire monster were to be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if this card was destroyed last turn, if this card was destroyed during the next standby phase mandatory effect, you need to add this card back from your grave to your hand. So that's actually really good there. Now for the next one, honestly one of the best cards that we have in the structured deck, triple copies of Kieran. Basically this card is actually Shavara for the Fire King strategy, being able to destroy a fire monster from your hand or field in order to special summon this card. And if this card were to be destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can revive another Fire King monster from your graveyard and then destroy a card on the field, all non-targeting. So that's actually really good there. Now we're going to be bringing in 2 copies of Garunix over here. It can be argued that this card can be played at 3, especially when we are going into like a, not really going into, but like still facing a droll type of format. Because like, say as if you open up the Fire King island with the Garunix, you get a special summon this card and just dump immediately from deck to grave. Yeah, that's cool, but I think that I'd rather have like more of the consistency cards over here. And testing out the third Garunix was a little bit bricky, so I think the 2 is fine for now. I'll do more testing though for just to see if like the third is still worth it. But if you guys think so, let me know in the comments down below. Now we're playing into 2 copies of Arvada over here. This is a monster negate. So it negates some monster effects, including cards like Nibiru, Ash, Valor, and after it negates, you have to destroy a fire monster, either in the field or in the hand. So that's actually really good there. We're playing 1 copy of Barong to basically go into the next standby phase to search whatever you need. So basically the combo goes: Ponyx gets you into your Fire King Island through the Sanctuary. The Fire King Island pops the Ponyx to search the Garunix, and then Garunix pops the Barong from deck. So, and in order to get your Kieran in for the next turn. So that's going to be it for all the Fire King monsters over here. Going into the Fire King spells, we're going into double copies of Fire King Island. The most important one over here gets all your plays going, destroys all your Fire King monsters in order to get their effects, and all the good stuff like that. Double copies of Fire King Sanctuary. Fire King Sanctuary gets you into your Fire King Island, and during your opponent's turn, one day special summon a monster. You're able to quick XZs into a fire XZs monster while using Fire King monsters. So basically, your Kieran and your Garunix will go into your Garunix Eternity to pop the entire field. Then we're playing 1 Circle of the Fire Kings and 1 Fire King Skyburn. These cards are pretty good in the deck, especially when it helps you like dodge cards like Imperm, Valor, especially like during the battle phase with like Circle of the Fire King. Like if you just need the extra damage to push for game, it basically targets a fire monster that I control and a fire monster and the Fire King monster in the graveyard, and then it basically destroys the one on field and brings back the one from graveyard. So that's really good there. And the Fire King Skyburn, it helps you get rid of other cards. It targets as many Fire King monsters that you control, and it targets the same amount of cards on your opponent's field. It pops them all, and if a Fire King card were to be destroyed by card effect, you could just banish this card from the graveyard instead. So that's actually really good there. So that's going to be it for the Fire King engine. And now we are going into the Dogmatika cards. We have one copy of Dogmatika Maximus, triple copies of Nadir Servant, and we are having one copy of Shaddoll Schism. So the Shaddoll Schism, yes, it is bricky, so is Fleur de Lis. I tested out the Fleur de Lis, and I think I like the Schism just a little bit more. With your deck being budget compared to the Sinful Spoils engine, I think you need some sort of unfair advantage, especially against your opponent. So Shaddoll Schism is definitely my unfair advantage in this budget version of the deck. So being able to go for a window lock after like probably going into like a Grunix Eternity would help you out a lot, especially like in this like combo heavy format too. So I think that this is very it's nice, not necessary, not mandatory, but it's actually really nice to have in the deck. And for one more small engine that we're playing into the deck, we're playing double copies of Kashtira Fenrir and one copy of Kashtira Arise Heart. Not Arise Heart, but Arise Heart. Basically, this goes Fenrir, search Rise Heart, and Rise Heart is a fire monster that you can destroy off of any of the Fire King monsters or the Fire King Island in order to get your things rolling. Because basically all you need is basically a fire monster to be destroyed, not exactly a Fire King. So this is really worth it to play into the deck as well, especially the fact that Fenrir is just such an unfair card, and just having being a boss monster by itself on field is absolutely insane. So that's going to be it for the Kashtira engine. Now going to all the hand trips we're playing into the deck. We're playing triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, playing triple copies of Effect Veiler. We're playing triple copies of Nibiru. We're playing triple copies of Infinite Impermanence. There's all the hand traps in here. And we're playing double copies of triple Tactics Talents and one copy of Called by the Grave. So this is a clean 40 right over here. If you wanted to change things up, maybe if you wanted to add like a third Fenrir, you could bring it up to 41, or you could find something into the deck to cut in order to get like a clean 40. But honestly, I would just rather go to 41. I wish I had the third Fenrir. I would have definitely played it, but I just don't have it. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the extra deck. Now for the extra deck, playing double copies of Grunix Eternity. When this card is special summon, it basically pops the entire field, and if this card is destroyed, when it has materials, it is able to bring back as many Fire King monsters as materials attached to it. So basically, if it has two, you bring back two Fire King monsters, and this card can bring itself back as well, just in case if you just need like the extra like damage on board. With this card being 3k attack already is absolutely insane. And you can detach a material from this card in order to pop a spell or trap card on the field. And if I do pop it, it gains 500 attack. So being able to go up to 35 is actually pretty cool. One more rank gate we're playing into the deck is one copy of Dingirsu. Dingirsu is really good, especially going into the mirror match. Like the mirror match, you just need to send these cards instead of destroying them. So that's actually really cool there. Link monsters, we're playing one copy of Link Karibo and one copy of Anima. Since we're playing Ponyx, right? Sometimes you just need to have like the Link monsters in order to get the Ponyx into the graveyard. And especially the Anima, being able to punish your opponent by misplacing things in the wrong columns, which is actually really cool. One other engine we're playing in here, Hida going into the Celine going into the Axis Code Talker. I think Hida is actually really good too, because we're going to be going into a format where it's like a lot more fire monsters, and especially everyone playing Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, like you'll be easily able to just steal those cards. And then the Celine can be able to bring back spellcasters like Effect Veiler and Maximus if those cards are in your graveyard. Now for the Dogmatika engine. Really important to play the Garua. Garua is mandatory when it comes to the Dogmatika version of the engine, because we're playing the one Shurag as well. These two cards, extremely important. Please play these cards. This is definitely an option, the Bucephalus, to basically send the Tri-Brigade Shurag. The Entis that helps you go second whenever you have like the engine. Ab Cologne's really good. And then double copies of Winda, which is the main reason I'm playing the Bucephalus. Because like once like your opponent were to out like a window or something like that, and they don't think you have another copy, like next turn you just go, oh, again, the Shaddoll Schism again to banish the window that was destroyed, and the other dark monster in your grave in order to summon another window. So that's gonna be it for the extra deck over here. Now going to like probably like a sample side deck. Like it's not really like the best thing to play. I don't know yet, but with the format coming up, I think these cards are still like really good to play. I'm actually really excited about this one coming off the ban list. We have double copies of Handtraps over here. Being able to be a very like a Cyber Dragon, even though Fenrir is still better, but like honestly, you could just go Fenrir, summon Handtraps, because like maybe your opponent has like 3 monsters, you only have 1, go for the Pank. And it's a really easy out to something like SP Little Knight, because you're not activating the effect. You could just go crash into it and then activate the effect to pop something else on board, which is really good. Playing triple copy the Drone Lockbird, especially like in the mirror match or other combo decks, this card's really good. Playing triple copies of DD Crow. As I mentioned before, I think this card is going to be a little bit better than Bystials, because all the fire monsters, once again, all the fire decks, and you just want to like banish other cards that are not light and dark monsters. So I think DD Crow is like the superior card over here. Playing double Lightning Storm, just pop stuff, bait out negates, bait out cards your opponent doesn't want to really use like right away. Change of Heart, Snatch Steal. These cards are back. Probably like some of the best board breakers we could probably have access to. Not the best ones, but you know, is easily able to like bait out negates really easily. So hey, why not? And then playing triple copies of the Barrier. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. A nice, quick, simple video over here. Not taking up too much of your time. Hope you guys like this deck profile. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want to change, if you were to change anything in the deck or any other ideas that I can play within the Fire King engine. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.